This episode of Mustang Football Talk is brought to you by Home Indeed, your home improvement and construction planning center at 1208 1st Street West in Independence, or online at homeindeed.net.
Back with you on Mustang Football Talk. We're going to talk a little youth football. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
How team played? We filmed this on Sunday, so team played this afternoon. How did the squads do?
Good. Both teams won today. Maroon team won 14-8. Played against East Buchanan. Both teams played against East Buchanan. Both good teams, real good teams. They jumped on us right away, 8-0. We fought back. Kids did an excellent job not getting down, and we just ground that one out, And the black team played, and that was a back and forth battle. They scored, we scored, they scored, we scored. With like 30 seconds left, we scored to take the lead. And they do the old cross buck with guy sent a guy in motion, and so it's a little confusing. The kids haven't seen that yet this year, and they got lost a little bit, but they're doing really well. So
I wouldn't expect too much motion in youth football games.
no, not a whole lot. I mean, if you get a guy to come in motion, just usually you just come in motion, send the wide receiver in motion, he just down blocks. But these guys are, they're giving it to him, and he's going. It's like a jet sweep. He's always in motion, taking off, and you got to account for that guy. And that just kind of blew their mind a little bit today. That what's this guy doing?
What were the final scores from today?
Well, we won 14-8, and the other team won 13-12.
So Maroon was 14-8.
Yep. Black team was 13-12. So that was a nail biter. They drove right down there and scored with 3 minutes left, and we turned around and they marched it right back down and scored right back. So I mean, they came to play, and they were good.
Off camera, just asked midway point of the season. So midway point of the season for your teams. How are things going, progressing so far?
Good. I mean, all you can hope for is every week to get better and better, and I think they're getting better. We're 3-1. Both teams are 3-1. We go next week is here again against Owine. Then we go to the Dome to play Waterloo team and a Cedar Falls team, and then we've got Mount Vernon coming here. That was a late game pickup. They're looking for an extra game, so we decided to play them. So they're coming here that last week. So we actually got 3 games left.
Nice.
Hopefully by then we will have everything in line and we'll be rolling.
Sure. How much are you guys putting in at this point of the season? How much learning still goes into this process as you guys develop throughout?
Oh, it's every day. I mean, I'm still back at pretty much day one of tackling. Every day it's a reminder. We go back to, we do the heads-up tackling.
Absolutely.
So we go back every day in practice. We do our warm-ups. We're back into form tackling every day. We're in our groups for form tackling just to get them to remember that, because today in the game, it's a totally new ball game when it comes time to the game, because that kid's running at you and you're just trying to stop him, and you still get a lot of shoulder tackling and stuff like that, and one arm sticking your arm out. And so if we could repetition, we hope that we're trying to teach them to get low and stay low. And so, but we're back to every day. We run through all our plays every day. We get in our offensive line groups. We run through them all. We're in our running backs. We go through everything every day, over and over and over. I mean, they forget sometimes which. We break them into teams, like Indy offense, Mustang offense. They forget which offense they're on sometimes. So it's an uphill battle some days, but
sure.
I mean, it's all repetition.
Yeah. Good. The tackling stuff. I mean, you can make the equipment is nice and is safe.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be, it's football.
Yep. And right now we have 2 kids out with concussions, but that was during recess at school. So just things like that happen, and so we try to tell them, play recess, but take it easy. And then you get the call, well, he's got a concussion because he got hit hard at recess. So that's right now. That's a battle too. So
next Sunday at 1?
Oh, here against Owine.
What time?
1 o'clock and 2:30.
Perfect. All right. Well, good luck next Sunday,
All
Coach.
right, thank you.
Chris Shaw back here, voice of the Mustangs, here to talk 8th grade football with head coach Michael Doyle. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We chatted last week, had a big game against Benton Community this week. How'd that go?
Yeah, it went really good. Last year they beat us by a touchdown, and this year we came out. We started kind of slow. Benton Community ended up scoring first, so we were down 8-0, and that kind of got us fired up, and we scored the next 38 points. So, yeah, so we started slow, kind of a lot like Varsity against Vinton, but we came back, and I think the final score was 38-16. But like I said, we lost to them last year, so this group's put in some time in the summer and pretty focused this year, so it was a good win.
Yeah. 4-0 so far. You just passed the midway point of your season. How are things going with the team development-wise? I know in 8th grade you still kind of learn those fundamentals and
Sure. It's going good. We spend a lot of time in practice working on fundamentals. Sometimes it's kind of tough because we don't do a lot of team things other than like Monday, the day before our game. So we kind of split up into defensive groups and offensive groups. 7th and 8th grade go together. So for example, I would have linebackers on a defensive group, and so I'll have all of the linebackers 7th and 8th grade combined, and we'll do some drills that way. And then on offense, I have running backs. So same deal, I have 7th and 8th grade all together. And so we tend to kind of coach the groups as one, even though it's 2 different grades. And then, if we split up teams, then 8th grade kind of goes down on one end and 7th grade's down on the other end. But I think the format works pretty good. Coach Reedy does, and Coach Harvards do a good job in 7th grade. And so we work well together and kind of go at it that way.
Sure. Here also with Matthew. How are you tonight? Good. How's having him as a coach?
It's fun.
Just fun? You don't, I mean, he's not going to get mad at you. You can tell him. How's the season going so far from your perspective?
Pretty good. We've played hard so far.
It was pretty fun being undefeated, just like the varsity.
Yeah.
How was last year the same way for you guys?
Last year we went 2-4. We won our first 2 games, then we didn't really work too hard, and then we lost our last 4. So
it's kind of a good learning experience at that level, right? Absolutely. Where do you guys play this week?
We're actually at Clear Creek, Amana, so we're away, and then the last week we're home against Center Point, Urbana. So same scenario with Clear Creek. I think last year they beat us by a touchdown, or maybe it was 20-16. It was a close game, but we were on the short end of the stick, and so a lot like Benton Community. So we're kind of focused on that right now, and kind of looking forward to playing at Clear Creek, Amana.
Well, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Back on the show with the Home Indeed Offensive Player of the Week, Sam Rathbun. Sam, thanks for joining us.
Anytime.
Right tackle.
Yes, I am.
How much fun is it to play on the offensive line?
It depends on if the quarterback and the coaches get all the play calling down, and it depends on how quick Holt can get the ball off, so that way you don't risk them jumping.
Has Holt ever come at you for a holding call?
No, but I've seen Holt go after people for it.
This week you go to Charles City. You leave. Had two games at home here the last 2 weeks, and now you go back on the road up to Charles City. What are you kind of expecting? Have you guys watched any game film or anything like that on them yet?
We watched a little bit of game film on them today, and from what the coaches have shown at us, it's all of just a big mess. But if everyone does their job right, we should have no problem with it.
Cool. Anything you want to add?
Not really.
Sounds good. Sam Rathbun joining us, the Home Indeed Offensive Player of the Week. Back with the Home Indeed Defensive Player of the Week in Mason Wood. Mason, thanks for joining us.
Good to be here.
Nice win on Friday night over Crestwood, 28-6 last Friday night. Final time you're going to be in front of the home crowd for a couple of weeks. Just talk a little bit about the game last Friday.
Well, we knew last week that their sweep game, their option, they're pretty good at that. So we just kind of repped that all week with the linebacker drills, and it showed on the defensive end. They only scored 6 points, so it really paid off.
Sure, you guys went into halftime up 21-0. What was the talk in the locker room? I mean, how did you guys stay focused and not allow Crestwood to come back? Because Crestwood had just played West Delaware close the week before. So they were a really good team coming in here. What did you guys talk about in the locker room at halftime?
We'll just kind of keep doing what we've been doing, just stick to our assignments because we figure they're just going to keep doing the same thing because it's just what they're good at and what they're known for. So.
Have you gotten to watch any game film so far on Crestwood this week? Or not Crestwood, Charles City this week?
Yeah, we have. They kind of just got one guy that'll do a lot of different things, like run the ball, he'll pass, he'll be a receiver and catch it. So.
Just kind of like the Boer kid from Crestwood a little bit?
Yeah.
Kind of preparing about the same for him this week?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, what do you expect going up there to face the Comets?
Well, there's not any easy game. Just like any other game, it's gonna be tough. Just everybody's gonna make their plays, and you just gotta keep doing what you've been doing.
Sure. Anything you want to add tonight?
No, just
you can say anything.
Go Mustangs.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Mason Wood, the Home Indeed Defensive Player of the Week. Chris Shaw here with Week 7 Mustang Football Talk. I'm joined right now by head coach Justin Putz. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, appreciate you doing it again this week.
No problem. Talk last week, 28-6 victory. Big victory in front of the home crowd. What did you think of the game?
It was a good win for us. Crestwood is a team that had only one loss in district play, a team that people thought could give us a good challenge. And I thought we did a nice job of starting fast. We didn't start very fast the prior week against Vinton. We were down in a 7-0 hole at the end of the first quarter. And we did a much better job. We came out, we got a couple of early stops. We drove the ball down, we moved it, we jumped out to a 21-0 lead. If we protect the football a little bit better, it probably gets a little uglier than that early on. But those are some of the things we'll have to clean up this week.
Sure. 21-0 lead. I believe that was going into halftime break, correct?
Yep.
You go into halftime, big lead. What do you say to the kids coming back out?
We were getting the ball first, so we felt we needed to expand that lead. We knew Crestwood had some dangerous athletes. It's one of those things that we didn't want to let up. We've had some other games this year where we've let teams back in, and now all of a sudden we're having to defend an onside kick. And we just talked about coming out. We started fast. That was one of our objectives. Now the next one is make sure we finish them off. You
had the last 2 games at home. This week you go on the road up to Charles City. I think the longest bus trip of the year for you guys. What are you expecting from the Comets?
They're an athletic team. They have one of the best returning players in Shane Feller. He does a little bit of quarterbacking for them. He leads them in receptions. He also leads them in rushing. They're going to put him back on kick and punt returns. He's a dangerous athlete. We need to make sure we work to bottle them up. But they have athletes all over the field. And it's just one of those things where we got to play good assignment football and come out and execute on offense.
Crestwood had a player like that this week. He kind of did everything for him. Similar styles, similar kind of game plan for him?
Yeah, the Boer kid from Crestwood's a little bit bigger, a little bit more physical. The Feller kid's a little faster. But they, a lot of the same things where they line up everywhere. They're going to play in special teams. And you got to make sure, one, we don't kick the ball to them. We don't give them any extra chances.
Sure. With the victory this week over Crestwood, basically at least sealed up a playoff spot. You still have a lot to play for with that home field. So pre-game speech Friday night, what do you tell the kids to get them motivated and try and avoid that looking ahead aspect? If I had to tell them something to get them motivated, then they don't understand the situation of being 6-0, looking to go to 7-0.
Charles City is a good team. And if that doesn't get them focused, then we got something wrong. Internally, it's one of those things where, beating Charles City doesn't win you a district title, but losing to Charles City might cost you a district title. And so that's kind of the mindset you have to have. If you want to do something special and get a home playoff game and win a district title, you can't lose to anybody, honestly.
Last, I have to ask, is there any extra punishment this week for the WD talk around practice, if there is any?
Our guys have done a great job of staying focused. It hasn't been anything that I've ever been worried about. Even during homecoming week, I thought we were focused. I thought the last half of last week was a couple of our better practices, and so it's just, from my standpoint, growing on how to practice and making sure we have great practices. At this time of year, we need to continue to get better. We can't take a day off because West Doyle's not taking days off, Charles City's not taking days off, and nobody that we want to beat is taking days off. So we got to flat out come out and get better every day.
Sure. Anything you want to add?
No, just appreciate you coming out and doing this again for us this week.
Yeah, no problem. This Friday night, Independence hits the road up to Charles City, big district game up in Charles City. You can listen to that on Bright 95.3 KQMG. Pre-game show starts about 7:15, 7:30.